All right, ladies and gentlemen, the world's premier emo science fiction writer. I say, as a fan of your work, I want to thank you so much for coming in and talking with me today.
Hey, honestly, it's always a pleasure to be able to come out and expose anybody and everybody that I can to my work.
Because your work, the thing is about your work is it's not just science fiction, it's also like emotional.
I felt like that was one of the dangers that we were falling into as a society, is that not only were we getting addicted to our phones and getting addicted to artificial intelligence, is that I felt that we would also start to slip into artificial emotional intelligence, which is even more devastating than I think technology could do by itself.
Speaking of your work, premier emo science fiction author.
My name's Vlad Name Rodolphus.
Ooh.
Vlad Name was my great-grandmother's maiden name, and Rodolphus is just my father's last name.
That's my cousin's name.
That's your cousin's name?
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys the same? Is this an exclusive?
I think it's actually a pretty common name.
That is interesting though, because it's same first and last name.
It's yeah, I would be surprised. I would be surprised if there are a lot of people with this first name and last name, honestly. I think that's another thing that brings so much relatability to my work, is that people see my name and think, oh, this is somebody that's just like me.
I think that's why people like your work so much, is because like the name is so familiar that it's like, that's me. This is me talking right now. This is me feeling right now. This is me being a robot.
I think.
Am I reading too much into it? I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm such a big fan.
No. I think the name is the first touch, and then the first page is the first kiss, and then after you get about 200 pages into the book, that's about 6 months into the relationship, I think, and
that sounds about right.
And then that's when it hits you. There's a lot there.
I'm just getting a little emotional right now thinking about it.
I'm honestly getting a little. I wrote it and I'm getting a little emotional.
I'm also getting a little emotional right now. This is. God, I told myself I wasn't gonna get emotional this time. You know, like I was like, oh, and everything, but like you just can't help it when the tears come.
All I can say is sparks fly and tears fall. When I was watching Jeopardy on television and saw the Watson come on, I thought, what is his girlfriend thinking at home? He's out participating in trivia contests, which seems so trite in and of itself. And then did his girlfriend get invited? Where's she at?
I don't know.
Those are the things that I seek to answer.
So, I don't mean to change the subject so abruptly, but what's your new book about?
I mean, I don't want to spoil the book at all, but there are a lot of dark scenes.
Reminds me of that time I had a relationship with a Roomba.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever let Roomba sleep. Yeah. Roomba still hangs out at my place though, but it's just kind of awkward now, you know?
I mean, not to be just a counterpoint, but imagine how the Roomba feels.
I think I need to call Roomba.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people have described me as if it's as if Morrissey was sucked through a wormhole.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, who are some of your influences? Like,
I would listen to, I would read Asimov, or rather, I'd oftentimes put the audiobooks of, maybe the Foundation series, but then mix it in with Joy Division's entire catalog.
Love Will Tear Us Apart is my favorite song.
I always felt like you had a little bit of Hemingway.
Usually I'd mix Hemingway with either some Under Oath and Census Fail. Some really raw emotional things to kind of counterbalance the brute force kind of Hemingway style. I thought that was always a very nice compliment.
So there was some other rumors too that you had an affair with an ATM machine. I don't know if that's true though. But I figure audience wants to know if where you're dipping, if you know what I'm talking about.
Brute force. It's interesting that people think it's better suited for their time to wonder about what a man and an ATM machine do, instead of wondering what is the ATM machine going through that the man might be able to help with.
Yeah. Well, we're just about out of time. Gosh, I really appreciate you being here. I'm really excited about the work you're going to do. One thing that I want to ask that I ask all of my guests before I go is, will you marry me?
Yeah, I think unfortunately in my life I've explored every type of human relationship that I think I'd ever like to have. And so, unfortunately I think marrying a human would just be sending me back through a feedback loop I've already suffered through one too many times.
Well, that's totally fair. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And I hope you appreciate it too. We're going to go take a commercial break real quick, and we'll be right back.